Hi, and welcome to day 4 of the Reframe and Reclaim 5-day mini course. Today, we're going to be talking about embodying your future self, becoming who you truly are. My name is Rachel, and I am your guide for today. Okay, so with that being said, disclaimer: the thoughts and views that are presented in this video should not be viewed as mental health advice. I am not a mental health professional. So if you are experiencing a mental health crisis, please contact someone who is qualified. If you go to the overview slides, you will see numbers there that can aid you if you are experiencing a mental health crisis. Okay. Yeah, also, I have a slight stammer, so please forgive me. I will try to talk slow because I do get excited and then I want to talk really, really fast. So I will do my best to bring it down a notch and keep it even. Not boring though, because boring doesn't work. We don't do boring over here. We sure don't. Okay, so yesterday we talked about, releasing resistance. We talked about clearing out limiting beliefs, old patterns, and fears that kept us stuck, right? But clearing the space isn't enough because once we clear that space, that means there's a void, right? So now we have to fill that void. And how do we do that? Okay. So now we need to fill that space with the energy of our future self. So that means we remove the bad habits, and now we're going to start filling those voids with the good habits, the habits of our future self. All right, because your highest self already exists, they are not separate from you. Today is the day that you align with them, that you align with their energy, and this is an amazing day. I've been looking forward to this day since I created this class. This is an amazing day. All right, so what is embodiment? Okay, so embodiment means more than just thinking differently. It means being different, right? It is living, thinking, acting as your future self before you have external proof. It's about being that version of you now, not waiting for circumstances to change. I don't know how many people have heard their friends say that, well, one day when I have so and so, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. No, 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 no. You do X, Y, and Z now. You do what you can do now to get to the X, Y, and Z. Okay. So this reminds me of faith without works is dead. Okay. So you can't sit there and say that I'm this person and then you're not doing anything that reflects that person. Okay. So if you're saying your future self, your ideal self is a confident public speaker, but yet you deal with being shy because you have some limited programming, as in like no one, your voice doesn't matter, or you can't, you have a stammer. Who are you to talk? Hello. Today is a day where you speak with conviction in your conversation. Today is a day that you speak with confidence. There's a rapper named Dochi, and she just won. I don't really listen to a lot of music unless it's like instrumental or Zen meditation music. But her story really captivated me because someone asked her about her stage name. They asked her, "How did you get your stage name?" And she said, "Well, I got my name because when I was growing up, I was being bullied. And so I created this alter ego and I named her Doji. And so whenever Doji came out, she didn't take no mess. She did not allow herself to be bullied. It's the same principle. Here, I even dare say, name your ideal self. What would you call them? You can say, you can call them by your middle name or call them by your last name. Okay, my higher self could be named Miss Wilson. Miss Wilson is a badass CEO of a coaching company, and she changes lives, and she gets up every day and she does things that align with that vision, right? Same concept. Okay. So if your future self is financially secure, then what can you do today? What can you do today? Right? If you're so used to being like kind of like worried about money, maybe today you can do something that, reflects, financial advisor, taking a financial course, or, things like that, or a financial literacy course. If you're someone whose high ideal self is never worried about money, Maybe today you can do something out of the ordinary and go buy yourself something nice, right? Treat yourself, right? Go out to a nice dinner, get dressed up, right? If your future self is someone who is, dressed to the nines and because they are just so financially well off, then maybe do something. And I'm not sitting there saying splurge all your money on clothes. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is we need to take steps that embody the energy of your ideal version, or your highest self, I should say. If your future self is healthy and fit, maybe today is the day you move your body with intention. It doesn't have to be you going out there running a 5K. Could simply just be you just doing a dancing for 5 to 10 minutes, doing a shake board, something that embodies improving your health. Your identity shapes your reality. So the more you embody your higher self, the faster your world will shift. Think of it as a snowball, okay? Like, when you start off with a snowball, you start off with one flake, and then you get all these other flakes, and then you roll it, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It's the same concept applies, okay? So so now you have to actually say, okay, I'm going to embody the energy of my ideal self. How can I do that? Right? And then do it. Simple as that. So what is holding you back? What is holding you back? Okay. So even though we released, I'm sorry, my stammer came out really bad that time. My apologies. Even though we released resistance, doubts, and old habits, we can still feel like we're being held back. And a lot of times that has to do with imposter syndrome, right? Fear of stepping into a new reality. What if I'm not good enough? Okay. Fear of judgment of others. Sometimes people don't like it when you change for the better because it makes them feel some type of way. You have to be okay with elevating and growing and allowing the things that are not aligned with you, even if that includes people, to fall away. Because I'm going to tell you this, as you grow, you're going to have people who are not going to recognize your growth. And this is not me putting it out there. I'm just saying this is human nature, okay? This is low vibrational human nature, but it's human nature nonetheless. So you have to be able to be okay with, okay, you know what? My reaching my highest self and living in my truth and living in my soul's purpose is more important than what people think of me. Okay. You could also have fears of, or not fears, but you could just be attached to comfort zones. As I said yesterday, your brain likes the familiar. And so it will sit there and say, well, I'm used to doing things this way. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Linda. Um, your life right now is literally a, I want to say this word, but I probably won't say this word wrong. Culmination of everything you've done up to this point. So you really have to be honest with yourself and ask, is doing, is continuing to do what you've been doing working out for you? And do you think it will work out for you? Because the definition of insanity is doing the same exact thing and expecting different results. So you have to be really honest with yourself there. Maybe procrastination holds you back too. I'll start when I feel ready. Now, you have to be honest with yourself here too. Sometimes your body just needs rest, and that's okay. But you have to be really aware. Are you procrastinating because you are afraid of failure? Are you procrastinating because you're a perfectionist? Or are you procrastinating because your body says, hey, we need to rest today? So let's reframe it. Instead of waiting for the right time, ask yourself, what would my future self do to handle this moment? My future self, my ideal self checks in with herself. Okay, Rachel, are we really procrastinating, or are we tired? Are we tired? Are we procrastinating, or did we just not get enough sleep last night? Like, you know what I mean? So it's all about checking in with yourself and being honest with yourself, okay? So what we're going to do now is some breath work, okay? We're going to do the same type of breath work, the 448 breath work that we did yesterday, and then we're going to go straight into visualization. Okay, so we're not going to open your eyes. So when I get done leading you through this breathing exercise, we're going to go straight into visualization. Okay, so what I want you to do is just shake your body out. Shake, 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 shake it out. Shake it out. Loosen it up. Okay. Okay. I want you to get comfortable. Sit up, sit with your back straight, your spine straight. Sit so that you're comfortable. Okay. Plant your feet firmly on the floor and then put your hands in your lap. Okay. Now I want you to close your eyes. Take a couple of deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Remember, as we breathe, we are calming down our nervous system. We are reminding our bodies that we are safe. This is what our parasympathetic nervous system needs to feel safe, to get that reassurance. And so we're going to give it a little treat today, okay? So, what I want you to do is breathe in through your nose for 4 counts. So, breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Exhale through the mouth for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One last time. In through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, keeping your eyes closed, we're going to go into a visualization practice, okay? So, imagine you are walking into a peaceful space. It can be a quiet garden, a golden lit room, or you could be standing in a mountaintop, right? Ahead of you, you see your future self. They are waiting for you. This version of you already exists. You look at them closely and you observe how they carry themselves, what they look like, how they talk, what energy do they radiate, what do they wear. Now your future self steps forward and smiles at you. They are proud of you. They know you're ready. They place their hand on your shoulder, transferring wisdom and confidence in you. You feel their energy flow into your body. Take a moment and sit with that energy. What does it feel like? Do you feel warm? Where do you feel it? Do you feel it in your heart? Do you feel it in your chest? Do you just feel it circulating all over your body? Now they lean in and whisper a message just for you. What do they say to you? What wisdom do they impart? Take a deep moment and take a deep breath and absorb this moment. You are no longer waiting for transformation. It's already happening. Now sit here for a couple seconds and feel that energetic shift. Feel what that transformation feels like inside of your body. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe in all this new energy and breathe out all the old. In with the new, out with the old. In with the new, out with the old. Now you're ready to come back. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your hands, and open your eyes. You have just experienced an energetic shift. So let's continue. So after we do that, as we just met our future self, so now we're going to take an aligned action, which we talked about briefly in the last video. Okay. Ask yourself, what does my future self do every day? What does their schedule look like? What do they enjoy doing? What is one small action that you can take today? How can you embody their energy now? Because the energy is already in you. So now what are you going to do with it? And the same examples apply, right? Like I said, the examples of aligned energy. Your future self or your ideal self is a confident speaker. So today you're going to speak up in conversations with confidence. Your future self is a financially secure person. So today you're going to do something that embodies that, whether that be, enrolling in a course, you know, hiring a financial advisor. Your person or the energy of your person could also be someone who is like, you know what? I'm so abundant that I like to have a nice meal from time to time. So you go out and treat yourself, right? They're not stingy with money because they know that money always comes to them. They always have it. There's no scarcity in the world of your higher self, right? The future self, someone with inner peace. So today you set boundaries. So maybe you are used to being a pushover and maybe you're used to not, standing up for yourself. Well, today you set boundaries because your higher self is not a pushover. So your future self isn't a distant dream. They are already within you. Okay. And that's amazing. So, how can we practice daily integration? Okay. So, what we can do is when you get up, before you get up, morning check in, spend some time with yourself, do a little meditation. What would your highest self do today? Now, this isn't about like having like full blown out 20-minute, 30-minute meditation session. Just check in. Just check in. What would your highest self do today? This is about trusting yourself too, right? Engage in daily affirmations while you're brushing your teeth or while you're washing your face in the morning. Go ahead and say something that aligns with your future self. And it could be, I'm already my future self. I know exactly the steps to take. I trust myself. I am confident in my ability to perform X, Y, and Z. I am capable. I am worthy. And I strongly suggest there are certain apps out there which you can actually like record your voice and maybe you can have those affirmations on repeat as you sleep. You know what I mean? And then of course, end of the day reflections. How did you embody your future self that day? All right. And that's super important because as you start congratulating yourself, it's like, yeah, yeah, no, I did that. I did that. Then you start to become excited to do it again, right? You know, like no one is excited about to do things that they don't have any joy in doing. Like no one is, oh, yeah, I got to go wash my car, unless you are a car enthusiast, I guess, you know what I mean? But if you have joy in doing it, then you're going to be willing to do it more often. And as you start seeing the changes happen in your life, you're going to be like, oh, this is amazing. It like it reinforces the reward centers in your brain, right? So each time you act from a place where you close the gap between who you are and who you're becoming, I'm sorry, I misread that. Each time you act from that place, you close the gap between who you are and who you are becoming. Okay? And that is true. And just know transformation doesn't happen in one big leap, it happens through small daily choices. And it's okay. This is also about showing compassion because you're not going to get it all right. You know what I mean? Like you might have all these plans and you may only be able to do a couple of these things, but that's still a win and that's still you moving in the right direction. So pat yourself on the back and be grateful for the victories that you experienced today. All right? So in closing, I want you to say this affirmation out loud. I fully embody my highest self with ease and confidence. Say it again. I fully embody my I fully embody my highest self with ease and confidence. I fully embody myself with ease and confidence, okay? I am so grateful that you joined me on this 23, almost 24, 25-minute video. I am so excited for you. What actions are you taking today? What insights did you gain? What questions do you have? Leave it in the comments, right? And I just messed that up. So yeah, so anyway, thank you for joining me. Let's just seal this with our final affirmation one more time. I fully embody my highest self with ease and confidence. So I would love to hear from you. And if this resonated with you, please share this. Please click like, please subscribe. I am truly grateful for your presence in my life. You guys are a blessing. So have a good day and I'll see you in the next video.